What up, tubers? Zeltrax Millennium here, back with a brand new video review. Please be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I hope y'all enjoy the video. Well, this review has been 2 years long overdue. For the uninitiated, I'm Zeltrax Millennium, and it's time to take a look at SHF Figuarts Kamen Rider Gills. Now, if any of my subscribers might remember this, I reviewed this figure 2 or so years ago, but I removed it considering that I had a copyright strike and a lot of my reviews were using copyrighted material, and so I had to remove a good chunk of my videos off of YouTube. And then about 6 months later, that copyright claim seems to have vanished mysteriously. Weird, huh? But yeah. In terms of the Figuarts line, the Agito subline has been, well, hit and miss, yeah. But this figure is really dang good, and I will explain why in this review. So let's take a look at the box first. Typical of the original Figuarts packaging before they started to use the actual figures themselves rather than using the suits. So yeah, fairly standard Figuarts box, silver box, Masked Rider Gills, which they're still using, by the way. They're using Masked Rider instead of Kamen Rider. Why? I don't know. Agito show logo right there. Kamen Rider Gills and Romanji, I think it is, or something. I don't know. Nice picture of Gills right there. Name on the side, like so. Back of the box shows what you can do. Him screaming his lungs out, him with his arm claws, him imitating Scorpion and get over here! Him showing that he can actually interchange the horns on the two heads, and that really insane pose that a lot of people tried to do, and this guy must have used Photoshop to edit a Tamashi stage out when he was doing this pose. So, yeah. Anywho, let's take a look at the figure proper. Figuarts Gills is very good in the fact that he is one of the few organic Kamen Riders out there. Aside from another Agito, which I will probably get at some point in time. But yeah, his armor looks beautiful. I love the various greens on here, like the dark green for the main armor. I love the scale I love the rough texture looking detail on the shoulder pads. I love the metallic green gems on the ankles and his upper arms. I love that Gills belt, and I just love that head. Now, believe it or not, if I remember correctly, Gills originally had shorter horns, and then when he got stronger, he got the upgraded horns to what he has now. That's actually one of his accessories, which is actually really cool. I didn't think they would do this. They give you an alternate Gills head for when he's, well, screaming his lungs out. And what's cool is that the horns are actually interchangeable. Though when you remove the horns on any of the heads, it kind of reminds you of Squidward from SpongeBob SquarePants. So yeah, if you wanted to have a Gills with the short horns, you can do that. Just take the Gills figure, remove the horns, and boom. There you have a Gills with the horns taken. With the horn smaller. I'll just remove that, there. And to actually exchange the heads, it's actually quite simple. First, I take the horns off because I want to have the screaming head with the horns on. Basically, rip his head off. Take the screaming head and trying to find that hole for the ball joint. Situate it somewhat. And I think I got it. Yeah, I got it. Put the horn on. And boom. Now I got a Gills who's yelling. Which is nice. Take the horn off. Hop. Ugh, that scares me. Every time when I pull the heads off and put it back on. Come on. There we go. And I love the translucent yellow gem on his head along with the red compound eyes. Very nice. Now, let's get into Gills' articulation. And already, some people have had their Gills figures broken at the hips because some Gills figures had terrible quality control. But thankfully, I found an article, which I will link it down in the description box below, where you can actually get some 80-weight shock oil to apply to the ball joints of Gills, so that way his hips won't be as tight. And so, to demonstrate, pull that down. Not tight at all. So yeah, his legs are on ball joints so they can go in and out, side to side. Bends at 2 joints at the knee, which is very fluid. Ball joints at ankles. Ball socket in the shoulder. In and out movement here. Bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows. And quadruple jointed wrists. He's also got ball joints at the top of the head and the bottom of the neck. So that way he can do a whole bunch of different emotions. So now, let's get into Gills' accessory count, which is already a lot more than Agito ground form. I can tell you that much. So you guys already know about the screaming head. But he's also got these tendrils. I guess we'll call them tendrils. But yeah, how these work is that there's these little golden tiny spikes on the bottom of Gills' forearms. Well, you remove that and you can attach this piece to it, which you can then build onto with these smaller bits, plug them together. And this is my first time actually doing this, by the way. And so that way you can get something like this, which is actually really cool. I really kind of like it. I like the fact that it's actually bendable. I never actually done this. It's actually pretty cool. I might actually do that later on. Probably during a posing montage. Who knows? Then he's also got these, which are his heel spikes. No, seriously, he's got spikes on the ends of his heels. And how these work is these are just simple peg and sockets. So what you have to do is to pop these off, attach the new ones. So yeah. He's also got the forearm spikes, which extend out. So yeah, all you got to do is take those smaller gold spikes and replace them with these, which are very nice. These are very nice looking. So in terms of alternate hands, Gills has a lot more than Agito ground form. I'm sorry I'm having to say Agito ground form a whole lot in this review, but I feel like I have to compare this Figuart to Agito because, well, Agito ground form is already a perfect punching bag for accessory count, so why not? So, here's a standard calm splayed out hand, which is kind of like the norm nowadays with Figuarts. He's got a holding things hand, so that way he can hold his tendril bits. Okay. And he's got a really raged out hand. That's creepy. So yeah. Let's see how these accessories work in a posing montage, thanks to music provided by Johnny on Bosch's band, I Shine. Take it away, guys.
I am so alive. Kingdoms come and castles fall. We know the shadows barely shield us all. We gotta take hold and never let go.
So yeah, if you guys were on the fence about getting Kamen Rider Gills, definitely get this guy. You may have a figure that has the horrible QC problem with the hips, but as soon as you apply some 80-weight shock oil to the thing, it's absolutely perfect. His accuracy to his suit looks uncanny, his joints are awesome, his accessories are incredible, and I really just cannot recommend this figure enough. Head on over to Mandarake, Yahoo Japan Auctions, or even eBay. I don't care. Get this figure. It is amazing. So yeah, you can check me out at facebook.com/ZeltraxMillennium, twitter.com @ZeltraxMillennium. Well, it's not exactly ZeltraxMillennium because Twitter wouldn't let me add the last M to my username, so yeah, all that will be in the description box below. And also the article for the ball joint problem will be linked in the description box below. And also special thanks to the band iShine for allowing me use of their music in my videos. Thank you very much, iShine. I really couldn't have made this review a little bit more cooler without your help. So yeah, this is ZeltraxMillennium saying good night and good luck. Laters!